Scott, you've had time to digest and reflect on last weekend's game at Penabont. 3 points, 3 goals, 2 conceded and 1 penalty. What's your verdict overall?
Frustrating afternoon, really. It was obviously 5 goals scored with 5 minutes to go, and another win on the road. But first half played some good stuff, and we're comfortable, and then they get a counter attack and they score against us. It's hard to take, really, because teams aren't actually, for me, they're not actually working us enough to get the goals. We're not. Let's put it another way. We're not doing enough to stop them at source, and they're troubling us. With really, we're still having 65, 70 plus possession, and then all of a sudden they'll break and they'll get chances against us, which I'm not too happy about. So that's what we need to work on. But on the positive, 3 goals again. 2 for Dean, 1 for Greg, and could have had a lot more. Keeper had a couple of saves. Frustrated with some of the decisions that went against us. Didn't think it was a penalty. Thought the first ball that came back in looked offside, but you just have to deal with it, get on with it. At the end of the day, we had 5 minutes to play, and it was 2-2, and we got the winner, which I'm really happy with, because it shows a spirit and a determination within the squad.
And our next game is here at Park Hall this coming Friday, match day 12. It's Bala Town at home. The New Saints has come through a difficult spell, but with back-to-back wins, we find ourselves in 3rd place and still just 3 points off the top.
Yeah, it's going to be close until we put a run together like we're trying to do at the moment. And it's good for us, good for the league. It pushes us. We've talked about it before, where we need that competitive edge, that competitiveness all season. So yeah, it's top of the league now with Bala and Connors Key in the next couple of weeks. It's a good test for us. It comes at the right time.
And Bala Town beat the New Saints 3-1 back in August at Maes Tegid. Does that give them any confidence going into this particular game, or is it a case of that was then and this is now?
If you look at results, we've talked about the results that we've had against Bala in the last few years. We must have played 16 games and won 13, lost a couple, League Cup, Welsh Cup final, and last time we played them. So historically we do very well against Bala. I don't think they've ever beaten us here, have they? So I don't think so. So things like that go in our favour. Having said that, they did play well second half against us in that game and put us under lots of pressure. And it's one where they had a decent start of the season as well. So it'll be a tough game, but I always feel at home we'll play and can beat anybody.
The game, of course, is on Friday, as we say. Today is Tuesday. Do you have your team in mind, or are there still places up for grabs?
Yeah, there's always, as soon as one game finishes, then you always think of the next game and who will fit in for us and where we need to hurt them and how we can affect our play to make sure that we get the win. We know how they play. We saw the highlights from the weekend. Decent enough performance from them. Good front four that they've got attacking wise. They've got skill, they've got experience. Chris Venables up front as well is obviously the leading scorer. So we know where we need to be wary. They put good crosses into the box. They're a physical side, yet can still play. And they've got some tidy players. So look, we're well aware of their capabilities, and we are just getting certain players back into our squad that we feel can affect games, and that the squad is looking a lot healthier as well.
And going into the game, it's good to see players not only coming back from injury, but slotting back into the side, looking good, looking comfortable. What's the situation at the moment?
Yeah, Jamie came back in, got minutes on Saturday, then had to go off, which was disappointing. A knock to his hip, so we're looking at him, and hopefully he'll be available for selection. Aaron and Sis are working back to full fitness. Kane's out with an ankle injury, so everyone else near enough there.
Scott, thank you for your time. All the best on Friday. Or should that be diolch yn fawr and pob am dydd Gwener? Because in the Scorio interview at the end of the Pen-y-Bont game, you threw a sentence of Welsh into the interview. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's just come from the pro licence course. I was speaking to a couple of the Welsh boys on there and saying, you know, we need to start to pick up some phrases and some things like that. So yeah, it helps. You know, you get interviewed in English, but obviously Welsh speaking, and like to do my bit. If I went to work in another country, I'd like to learn the language. You know, I spoke to you earlier about speak French and German, only little bits I did at school. So, you know, why wouldn't I want to learn the national language as much as I can? Little bits here and there, just helps as you go along.
And although you are English born, you do have Welsh heritage, and you have actually represented the country.
Yeah. Dad's Welsh and played for the Welsh semi-pro team, so yeah, got a foot in both camps. Born in England, but you know, half English, half Welsh.
Well, Scott, as I said, diolch yn fawr and pob lwc am dydd Gwener.
Diolch.